The bill is pretty simple and makes sure that giant AI companies like OpenAI, Meta, and Google actually have to test their systems for dangerous capabilities like taking down the electrical grid or enabling a pandemic. Pretty basic stuff. The bill also gives protection to whistleblowers who sound the alarm about dangerous behavior or when these companies do bad things. These are pretty common sense regulations, which is why 77% of Californians support them, including SAG-AFTRA, the union I'm a member of.
AI is about to explode, and in a way that we have no idea what the consequences are. So all this bill is doing is asking these companies to test these products before they come out to the consumer, just like any industry would have to do, to make sure they're safe.
Doctors know that preventive care is crucial for the health of our patients. We should take a similar approach when it comes to regulating AI. A major catastrophe catalyzed by AI could irreparably damage public health. That's why I believe that SB 1047 is such an important first step in regulating the most powerful AI models.
You know how we have safety standards for medicine and airplanes? This is like that, but for AI. And AI is moving so fast, we need common sense rules to get ahead of these risks before they're out of control. This bill does exactly that.
I believe AI is going to be a transformative technology. I'm 19 years old, so for my generation, that means that we have the most to lose, but also the most to gain if we get things right. So that's why we're going to keep speaking up and fighting, because nothing could matter more than protecting our shared future.
With AI, what's possible changes every day. It's a genuine threat.
People are trying to make profits in the fairly short term, and they're going full speed ahead. And I think the only thing that can slow that down is strict government regulation. I think governments are the only things powerful enough to slow that down.
AI companies should have to follow laws.
I'm sure the Silicon Valley and the tech industry are all up in your business, and you are trying very hard to balance equities. For those of us in our union who've been working on this, and for the citizens of the state of California, we urge you, please, please, please sign 1047.
If there is one thing that my work on the front lines of the climate crisis has taught me, it is that we need to heed the warnings of leading scientists early on, rather than waiting until the damage is already well underway. We cannot risk doing the same when it comes to generative AI. That is why I'm calling on Governor Newsom to sign SB 1047 into law.
We have an opportunity now to ensure that we are addressing these problems proactively by enacting guardrails that protect youth in a common sense way. And that, to me, is exactly what SB 1047 does.
AI has the potential to solve some of our biggest challenges in healthcare, climate change, you name it. But, as you probably know, there are serious risks involved, so it's really important we get this right.
Think of it like this. This is the tech version of requiring car makers to include seatbelts in vehicles. You might not need it every time you go for a drive, but you'll be glad it's there if you need it. Well, this kill switch and the other safeguards is pretty much the same thing. We might never need it, but if we do, you'll be glad it's there.
There are much greater dangers than we even thought about, at least that I thought about a few years ago. If we think that there is a risk, a danger, we need to engage with everyone, citizens and the other experts outside of AI and governments, so that we can better understand what are the potential bad scenarios and how we can prevent them.
Young people have a right to a livable future, and AI safety is an important piece of that puzzle.
These tiny little sandwich shops, have got to get like half a dozen permits. They've got to train all their employees. They've got to label their stuff. They've got to check the sourcing of their materials. They've got to watch out for the shelf life. They've got to have random inspections. And these trillion-dollar companies that say, we can't fill out a form. Right. That would stifle our innovation if we had to fill out a form. It's pathetic.
SB 1047 shows that by putting in place common sense safety precautions and standards, we can make this technology much safer for everyone. And by doing it at the frontier model level with the most powerful models, we could help make every application built off these models safer too.
As we've heard, Congress is gridlocked. California can chart the course with this important, necessary, and common sense legislation.
People want it. 77% of the country wants this. And Gavin Newsom, you're the man of the people. So let's see you hold your ground here.
Mr. Governor, please, this is me asking you, do the right thing. sign this bill for the good of the future.